they can start if they want.
And maybe that is more on child health ward, but in the adult ward, every syrup can be used for a month after it is opened. There is expiry date, but you can use it once it is open only for 1 month.
And you have to write the opening date
Yeah,
also.
we have
You have to
a
write
label.
opening date.
Label is there from the hospital. You just have to, when you are opening, you just have to write it there. Okay, so even for insulin, everything 1 month.
Okay, we move on now to eyes, ears, nose, and nasal, skin, inhalation. Again, those types of medication administration requires recheck. We still use the MAR in those things, but the technique differs. So we will go directly with the procedure itself.
You just drink water and come.
This Jency will start.
Okay. So I'm not going through the steps of rights and all those things. Okay. And the purposes for each of these procedures and the assessment what we need to do are also written very clearly, very simply. It's written in our book. Please read through that. So eyes mostly for some infection or after some surgeries. We usually do this. So what are all the things we need? Okay. Two procedures we will see in eye. One is eye ointment, the other one is eye drops. It is only the technique which is very important. Patient is usually in supine position, identifying. Okay, always keep in your mind 2 patient identification, 3 checks. If these are not there, the student fails. So what is the 2 identification? First, when you go and talk to the patient, you are identifying the patient. Then after you prepare all your medications and when you are coming to administer it, they have to be identified. Otherwise, it's a critical element, we need to fail them. Sometimes we consider in fundamentals, but in advance they fail if they don't do this step. So let us also make them aware of it. So imagine I have done all those first things, I have done the assessment, then I have gone back, prepared my things. Now also I need to identify my patient. Please remember that. Okay. Then before I start the procedure, I need to have gloves.
This one.
Yeah. I need to have extra tissues. I need to have something called eye shield and the eye pad. This is not the ideal one. We have just made it for now, but they will prepare when students are coming. Okay. This is only after surgery. Patients who are undergoing surgery, we will have to do additional ones, but this is not regular. And this is eye ointment, eye drops. We have some 2-3 eye drops with us, so we will send you that MAR sheet which we have prepared. In case in your station Epicel is there, you use this. I would have put Epicel or Barcystine. So whatever medication is available in your trolley, you can make the students do that. Okay, we will send this form to you already prepared. Okay, now I will use Epicel and also the ointment. Okay. So the first step will be, let me wear my gloves. For all these procedures we need gloves. Okay, and ideally it should be the sterile cotton. When I had come to the fundamentals in the beginning, real sterile cottons from the hospital was provided. But now there is no real sterile cotton and all. So they just take a cover like this and put it inside. Okay? Because we need to show the expiry date and things like that to the students whenever we are going to use it. Okay, so the position is supine. We need to clean the eyes. Just do the drops. Okay. So ask the patient to lift their head, put it underneath. Okay. Give them some instructions. When I am going to put the drops, please look up to the ceiling. That is the instruction they need. And then at least you should have one kidney tray where you want to put all your dirty, after you clean, you want to put the dirty cotton, you can use it. And then normal saline, we need to dip our cotton in normal saline and we are going to clean. Okay, how many ever you want you can use. Ideally this is disposable one. We cannot use it again, but the supply is very less. We will not throw it. We may use it for many students again. Okay. So, okay. Now we are going to ask the patient to close the eyes and clean the eyes from inner canthus to outer canthus. Again, remember, farther first and then nearer. Okay, clean it like this. Throw it. Take another cotton like that and then clean it nicely. Because the previous medication and the dirt and everything will be there for sure. How many ever cotton they want, they can use, and it should be cleaned well. Now it is time for us to put the medication. We need to warm up the drug first, because we are putting it into the sensitive area. So usually they say you can warm it up with your hands. If you feel it's very cold, you have to at least place it in warm water, then use it. But I think with hands it will be better. You can use it. Okay, warm it nicely. Again the same instruction. See, I saw one some other hospital video. They are opening a sterile gauze and then keeping the lid on that. Okay, so it should be handled so carefully. That's what I'm saying. We don't do that at home, I'm very sure. We just keep it as we like and we put it. Okay, so it should be at least kept this direction.
Especially the cover of this, it's not staying.
Yes.
Upward.
Okay, 3 checks and all that. After that only we have come. I'm not going into those steps. Now, how I'm going to position myself and pour it. Okay, now this whole down area is conjunctival area. So when we are pulling it down, you can see the sac. But where am I supposed to put the medication? Just divide it roughly into 1/3, 2/3, 3/3. Okay, 3 portions. So the drops where I'm going to put is outer 1/3 of the conjunctival sac. As the patient is closing the eyes, it will move to the other side. Why? One reason, if we put it here, there is a nasolacrimal duct. Directly it will go into the nose and the mouth. Okay, so by the time it comes over here, you can press this area. Okay, you got it? Should I repeat? Okay, we have this conjunctival sac. See, you can see in my eye. I pull it down, the sac is there. I pour the drug into the outer 1/3, either here or here. Outer 1/3. As the patient is closing the eyes, the drug moves towards every area. Then we can see that small area, punctum it's called. There is a hole that is connecting to the nasolacrimal duct. So after I finish putting the drops, I need to ask the patient to press it for some time. If the patient cannot do, we can do it. You are clear?
To
Okay.
keep the drop in the eyes as much as possible.
Yes, as much as possible. We cannot, because tears will come and it's going to fall down. That's why we have special, extra tissues. Give it in the patient's hand. All of these patients, 99% they are conscious. So encourage them to do some things by themselves. Okay. And another point which we need to remember is the distance. When I'm going to put the drops, I cannot go close like this. I know it is only for this patient. I'm not going to use it for another patient. But still, the same patient's infection the patient can be reinfected by that. Okay, so there should be at least a distance of 2 centimeter or 3 centimeter away from the eyes. Okay, so ask the patient to look up to the ceiling. That is the instruction. And then see, each one has their own way of doing. You can use your dominant hand or non-dominant hand. One hand should be used for putting the drops. Okay, because I am standing this side, this is comfortable for me. If I stand the other side, I will hold it in my hand. Okay, I will show you that. So the one hand, what you need to use it for pulling the conjunctival sac down, because it is plastic, you are not seeing. But when we do it, see nicely. Okay, keep it on the chin, pull it down. See my other hand, how I am keeping. This should be resting on the forehead of the patient. Now see the distance also is correct. Not closer to the eye, and I want to put it in the outer 1/3. That's all. Put 1 drop. Okay. If you feel they need some time, leave them. Then put 1 more drop. Usually it is only 2 drops, not more than that. Then give some tissue to the patient, because I know tears all will come down. Okay. By the time they close and the medication comes over here, give pressure over here in the nasolacrimal region. Repeat the same procedure for the other side. If you can do it from here. If you are not comfortable, go to the other side, do it on the other eye.
If you can do it from that side, you start the farther eye, then the closer.
Yes, it's cleaning is very important, farther and nearer. I think this doesn't make a difference. If you want, you can do it the other side or this side. Okay. Any other doubts? That's all. Okay, so if it is ointment, they usually write it in centimeters or inches. They say that half centimeter or inch, like that they write. Okay, so same procedure. You will have to put it in the outer 1/3 only again. Okay, same position. Just put it from here to here. That's all. It's only 1 centimeter. Okay, how much ever they are asking. Same thing you do for the other eye also. If you have to do dressing and cover it, actually there are two like this ties. Okay, they are there inside, and it will be applied. Sorry, it should be like this. Applied over the eyes, especially when they undergo cataract surgeries or some surgery for glaucoma. We just tie it around their head, and for few days to protect the eye from injuries or to promote healing, this will be there. And you can put dressing also. Just apply eye pad. It's called. Apply it and.
And the shade last, no?
No, sometimes you will not find shield at all.
Only
iPad.
Only
Either
iPad.
different.
That is that.
If the patient is receiving both eye drops and eye ointment, they should start from eye drops first,
Yeah.
but then eye ointment.
Give at least half an hour gap and then.
It should not be the other way around because ointment is very sticky.
Sticky, yeah.
And if patient has 2 or 3 drops, what should we
But 2
do?
or 3 drops when they are writing, usually they write it at least 1 hour.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
Different timing.
Yeah, one will go on in Q2H, the other one will go in Q4H. So we have 2 hours of gap. In case if you need to do at a time, at least give a gap of 5
Few
minutes so that it gets absorbed, then the next drop. Here we go. Okay. Here, actually, if you want, you can put the patient in lateral, or if your patient can just turn the head. Okay, if there is any neck problem, put them in lateral. Otherwise, turn the head. And see, in exam, if at all we are going to ask this procedure, we will say right ear, left ear, right eye, left eye. Okay, and it's written as OS and OD. Actually, what is that, JACO, the Safety Commission of Hospital, they have said it should not be written. But still, in many places, it is followed. Actually, this OS, OD, they are asking us to avoid. OS is, what is that, for eyes. Yeah, optic,
Yeah. The AS.
dexter and sinister. Okay, dexter is always right.
Ophthalmic.
D is always right, dexter.
Yeah.
Okay, sinister is for the left. And OU, if they put,
Both.
it is for both eyes. Okay, but we are not supposed to, it's there in our book. Okay, but we are not supposed to use these, they are saying. And don't worry, hospitals, they are writing it as right ear, left ear.
R or L?
No, OS. OS, OD and OU. Same thing for ears also. AS, AD,
AD, AU.
oral. AU or
So this
AL.
they
Oral
are
means
following
ears.
audio.
No, this
Not
is
following, yeah. So they are
only
following
here.
right and
Only
left.
here they are not following.
Full,
Yes.
full word, yeah.
So, but
So what they
ideally,
are following here? Full, right?
They
full
write.
word, right ear, left ear, both ears. Clear.
but still it is there in the book, that's why I am telling you. Otherwise we would have left it. Okay. So, if they know that patient needs to get it on the right ear, they should remember the position should be, the head should be turned to the other side. These are all very important. Some students, they don't give importance to all this, they just do as they like and keep going. Just ear drops. No, we should not allow such things. Okay, so remember one info sheet should be there, and the purpose and all, please read from the book. And for one instruction is, when you want to give for adult, it should be upward and backward. Okay, you see here, upward and backward. We are straightening the auditory canal. Okay, and if it is for children, downward and backward. Okay, this question usually we ask in the exam, clinical written exam. Yes. Okay, and another important thing, only this pinna we are going to clean. Don't allow the students to go inside and clean. It's not allowed. Okay, and another one more important point, we have something called this area. Okay, You touch in yours and see, this is called tragus. Okay, if after you instill the drops, just do like this, the drops will go inside slowly. We are not going to put the drops straight into the middle ear. No. Tympanic membrane, we are not putting the drops. We are only putting on the side walls of the ears. And as you do this 2-3 times, the drops goes inside slowly. Okay, so these are some specific things. Other than that, it's very easy. Yes. Okay, we are supposed to have the cotton applicator, the long one, sterile one. Okay, but we are not having, so we are using earbuds. Again, new, you need to take, not the one which is used, normal saline. Just clean only the pinna. Okay, external ear only you are allowed to clean. Maybe some surgery was done and you are seeing some blood and all coming out. Take extra cotton also, clean it well with normal saline. Okay, and here you can clean only till there. That's all. Only this spot. Okay, 2-3 you can use and clean it. What else you need?
Specification like inner to outer or outer to.
No, there is
No,
nothing
just
like that.
clean it.
Just clean it. There's nothing. And again, follow all the 3 checks and everything. Expiry date.
Yeah.
Again, warming up. Remember to warm up the fluids. Cap, how we should place. Now, this is an adult patient. So, up and back. And see, I'm only putting on the side wall. Any side wall they can put. Okay, I prefer to put that side wall. Just to show you all I put, because we are going to use the tragus to do like this. If you put in this side wall, it's easy to go. So, put it in this side wall. Yeah, and then keep 1 or 2, 3, 4 times. You can just do this to the tragus of the ears. The medicine moves inside. Okay, at least the patient should be in this position for 5 minutes minimum. Okay, and we keep a small cotton. After that, they can change their position. Okay, 15 to 20 minutes at least, let them keep the cotton so that the medicine doesn't come out, it gets absorbed well. Okay, you need to put for both the ears. Please wait for 5 minutes. Then only you can turn the person to the other side, follow the same procedure. Clean it, pour it, and put a cotton, at least 20 minutes, let them have the cotton. Okay? Any doubts?
No. Abyssal use abyssal. Abyssal is okay. Abyssal, yeah. Air and nose. Eye and nose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, here there is one important thing. Okay, our book says that the nasal area and all to be clean, but I feel we can tell the students, give tissue to the person, they can clean it by themselves. But mostly for unconscious patient, this procedure may not be there. This is mainly for conscious patients, and congestion is there, decongestions are used and things like that. Okay, so one more point is spray. When we are going to use spray, the position is different. They can sit up and it is upward direction. Okay, but when we want to put the drops, they should be in lying down position. Especially their head should be hyperextended. How do we hyperextend their head? Just move the pillow down to the shoulders. Okay, the head should be like this. Okay, and in this also, this is mainly for treating the sinuses. There are some sinuses which are superficial, okay, frontal and maxillary. Ethmoidal and sphenoidal are little deep inside. So, if you are wanting to put for the right side, the deeper ones, I am saying ethmoidal and sphenoidal, they still need to turn towards that side. Same thing, ethmoidal, sphenoidal this side, they need to turn to that side. Okay, if you are putting for frontal and maxillary, it's superficial, they can just hyperextend, put it over there. Okay, so cleaning, I don't tell the students to do it, but if you, I don't know, it's up to you. Give them a tissue, they will clean. Otherwise also we can clean only the outer portion. We are not supposed to go inside and clean like this. No. We are not going to do all that. Okay. Again, warm it up. Keep it here. Okay, it is like this.
Yes, some medication.
Let me use Episel only.
Proper.
Okay, I'll just show one of that. Usually for children, we put like this. Okay. See my position, how I'm holding. Try to hold like this. The nose, nasal nose. Okay. Then again, you should maintain the distance. Never go closer because we know it is definitely infected. Okay, lot of secretions are there. So just from the forehead, keep your hands like this and pull it up. You have enough space to put it. Never they should go like this. This is what you should instruct your students, not to go closer. Then leave the patient in that position at least for few minutes. If you put them back in the same, normal position, immediately it will come out. That is the first instruction. Then for few minutes they can breathe through their mouth. Because if they breathe through their nose, medicine may come out. That's all. Those are the instructions which are important. Anything I have looked at right now? Okay. So inhaler. When we want to do spray, it is in the sitting position. Okay, and we just go closer, and it is for individual patients only. We are not going to use it for other person. So I think that should be little closer. If we keep a distance, everything will close one side and then put it inside, then the other side. This is for the inhalers, which is commonly used. Actually, I think for metered dose, they have the other air spacer also. Usually for children they have. But we don't have it. If we have, at least we can show. So this is, it can be separated. This is canister. Why this medicine box is important? You will find the expiry date here. Okay, you can see the expiry date here if there is no box.
And this is washable.
Yeah, this is washable. Each time you have, because patient is keeping the mouth over there, just with tap water. This mouthpiece is washed very well, dried, and then it is replaced back. Another purpose of this medicine, you have to put it inside the water. Okay, if it is floating, the patient should know that it's getting over. So that, see, they cannot live without even one day this medicine, those who are asthmatic patients. So teach them that also, so that they will know when it is getting over, they can refill it. Okay, and that's all. Shake it very well before you use, because the medicine may be in the bottom or somewhere sticking. Shake it very well. Put the patient in sitting position, never in lying down position, and usually they write 2 puff, PUFF, or 250 microgram. Each puff is 125 microgram, it's written. So 2 times we need to give. Shake well, remove it, ask the patient to take few breaths and exhale nicely first. Now the patient is going to take deep inhalation. So prepare the patient like that. Then you keep in the mouth, it should be closed tightly. Then you are going to give the first press. When you give first press, they should inhale nicely. You are removing, but the patient is keeping the mouth closed at least for 10 seconds so that the medicine goes inside. Wait for 30 seconds before you give the next one. Don't give immediately 1, 2 like that. Okay? So let them take it inside, then you give this, then give them some water to wash their mouth. Actually, this bronchodilators doesn't do anything, but sometimes they are mixed with steroids. It can cause mucosal irritation. Patients can get oral ulcers because of that. So we have to be very careful to wash the mouth after any inhalation. There is one disc also, the powdered one.
With the number.
It was there, no, I cannot find it. If we have it, you can show it to the students also, but this is the commonest one which we are using. Okay, what else we have to do? Skin. Okay, we'll go to skin. Skin is the only one. Any doubts so far? Nothing, right? Okay, skin medications. You want me to do it that side? Is it okay for you? You can see?